lovers and leaders out there in YouTube land and beyond. Welcome to another time with me, Dr. Sarah B. I'm your industrial organizational psychologist, life coach, okay, spiritual advisor, and friend. Welcome, welcome. So today, I'm actually responding to some comments from my recent videos, and specifically somebody asked about salary negotiation tips. Okay, so here's mine in a nutshell. Now, if you are starting out, well, in the process of interviewing, how about this? This is the salary negotiation. If you are in the process of interviewing, they offer you a job, they give you a salary. Okay, you look at it, you're saying, that's not really it. Well, number one, first of all, I would expect you to do your own research of the salary range of this job. Maybe they may have something online specifically to the company, or maybe they actually, in the job description, they actually provided you with that. I would also like you to see if they don't provide you the salary range in the job description, then you could do a research of the salary range for this particular job in this particular state, okay? And the state that you're in and the particular industry that you are in, okay? Those factors really, really matter, all right? So have that in your mind, the salary range for the job, all right? So what if they give you the lower range of the salary range, right? Well, again, if you're, like I said, if you're in the process of interviewing, they offer you a job. This is what I actually did because of past experience. So once they offered me the job with the offer letter and everything, I went back to them and I said, I suspect in the next 12 months, I'm going to be doing much more than this job description requires, okay? And I will be so happy to do so, okay? I've experienced in my previous jobs that, which is true, they would add in more jobs, but the incremental salary increases were very, very minor. And I said to myself, I am never going to do this again. I always said to myself in my last experience, I said, when I get a new job again, I'm going to make sure I start my salary real strong. Because we all know once you get the job, depending on what company you're in, you may get some bonus checks. Again, it depends what kind of company you're in. And then you get these merit increases, right? Which is as a result of your performance as well, and cost of living, right? Some people don't even get that. But those merit increases, even being in leadership, they don't increase that much, right? There's always this budget constraints, whether, and it's all dependent on, the productivity of your department, for example, right? And your company overall. But those incremental yearly merit increases are not that much. They're very small. So this is why I would advocate that when you get a new job and they actually offer you the job, okay, you be very cognizant of what they've said to you during the interview, why they've actually interviewed. Ask them why they've actually given you the job, okay? And I'm saying this for some reasons. In a minute, I'm going to explain. Ask them very charmingly, just thank you so much for the job offer. I'm just curious, what was it about me that you decided to give me the job, and hear what they say, because you're going to leverage this, okay, as part of salary negotiation as well. So get that. And also I would encourage you to just ask them, what type of additional tasks that they foresee in this job as well, because you're going to have to hold them to the fire too, because some of these employers are real tricky. They want to pay less but for you to do more, all right? So I'm very much big on making sure your salary starts off strong from the get-go, all right? So it's very important. So again, you can say this like I did. It was very true. Again, like I said, number one, ask them, actually say to them, you suspect that you're going to do some additional tasks in the next 12 months and beyond, and you would like to be, compensated for those additional tasks, and be very serious about it with a smile on your face, okay? Knowing that it will happen, because it will, all right? It will happen. Number two, also even ask them, before you even talk about salary negotiation, ask them, what was it about me that you decided to offer me the job versus the candidate. Once they're giving you all that feedback, that positive feedback, you're going to leverage this in your conversations for negotiate a higher starting salary. And of course, like I said, make sure that you know coming in to the negotiations, you know the salary range for the job. And you could do this by, researching the particular job type in various websites, like even at glassdoor.com. And make sure you also research the salary range for the job in a particular state and a particular industry too. All right, so you can actually bring this in your conversation. Um, Now you don't want to be too headstrong if they say to you, look, no, we can't budge. Listen, if you really want the job and you are for the company, because listen, the company, I'm also going to advocate for the company. They go through a lot through, to hire, to recruit. I mean, and then to think about they're going to train you. So if you are going to be for the company and you legitimately, really want to do your best there, and they can't increase your salary, and you really want the job, take it, take it. All right, you'll get some experience, and you just never know how your salary may increase over time. All right, but don't just like say no to it unless you have other offers. Now, if you already are a employee of a company and you're coming to your performance cycle where there's going to be some type of merit increase, you should be prepared 12 months in advance of that performance evaluation, all right, with a written out, okay, bullet points of all the reasons why you should get a salary increase. You should already have been figuring out some additional duties to be doing to make sure that you are valuable to your boss, to your team, to the company, all right? Whether it's like additional certifications for particular programming, or even some certifications like project management, and it's actually been helping you in your job, yeah, they should give you a salary increase to compensate you for those certifications, right? That's if they haven't actually paid it for you, because there's some companies that would pay for you. But yeah, if you have, you know, just by yourself, you've made that decision to invest in yourself, to do certifications, to do maybe even some additional degrees in that 12 months, and it's actually going to be transferable to your job or even a future job that you're thinking about. Yeah, all of these points need to be part of your salary negotiation discussions, okay? Especially those of you that have taken on maybe someone's additional role because they were maybe out for an extended period of time, or somebody left the organization and they left you with their job, and there's no conversation about salary increase. You best believe at the time of the performance evaluation, you should have very well written out all the additional tasks you have done in additional to your current tasks. All right, in additional to your current tasks. Now, the reality is, just like in the beginning when you got your job, there is a a budget for salary increases that every department has. All right, there's a budget, there's a pool of money, and it has to be shared out. And of course, if you've been doing a really great job and it's very obvious to everybody, or maybe it's not so obvious to everybody, but that's why you have to document these things and be checking in with your boss. That pool of money has to get shared out, and if you want a good chunk of it, you have to have some legit documentation, all right, evidence of and real good argument of why you want to have this degree. And also add to this when you're talking, add to this and emphasize the fact that you enjoy what you're doing here, you want to continue growing, you want to continue contributing to the mission and vision of the company. Re-emphasize how, again, if this is true, re-emphasize that how your personal values resonate with the values of the company, and emphasize the fact that in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, this is what you see here. so that they know that as they're giving you more salary, what it really is for them is a good investment. Giving you more money is a good investment for them. All right. They want to see a return on investment of their monies. All right. Because if you're getting more money, guess what? Somebody in your team is getting less money. Even if they scored pretty well in their performance evaluation, somebody is getting less. All right. But sometimes, some leaders will just, equally share it out amongst the team. These are things you're not going to know, but if you are a manager, you know exactly what the compensation plan looks like. Okay. So, and I've seen that. So, like I said, yes, come in with all your, bullet points, or your, hard skills, but also use some emotional intelligence, please. Okay. Emphasizing you're not just like there for a money grab. All right. That you are a good investment, because every employee in the company, you are human assets, or you could say you're human capitals. That's another word in IO psychology, but you are making their money. All right. And you are adding value. And, it should be reflected in compensation. And sidebar, like, quite frankly, if a company cannot compensate their employees well, it just indicates to me that company is not growing. All right. And if the company's not growing, then the people is not growing. All right. So that's why I'm such a big advocate for companies to ensure that they are growing their people in various ways. Okay. And therefore the company is growing. So if you are growing there, you're taking additional courses, you're taking certifications that you can actually prove to them, you're taking on more projects, even volunteering, you're not even, just volunteering to do these things, but you actually want to do it more permanently. Let them know how serious you are, okay? And that you love what you do. Again, you want to grow there. You foresee yourself there for X amount of years, because again, increasing salary for you means the company is investing more in you, and therefore they want to see a return on their investment. I hope that is tracking with you. I've given you tips about salary negotiation when you first get an offer letter. All right. Make sure you start really strong with a high salary. And then I've also given you some salary negotiation tips if you're a current employee. Bring your evidence of why. Do your research, of maybe how you compare with other people. And also use some emotional intelligence, all right, that they're making a good investment by giving you increase in salary. All right, let me know if this is resonating with you in the comment section. I love to hear this, because it really helps me to understand what your needs are to make really great videos for you to bring value to your life. Okay. And remember, before you head out, give me a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next video. And of course, hit the notification button. Until next time, stay blessed, and I hope your salary increases. Bye for now.